Now, are you allergic to anything that
No.
you're aware of, at least?
Broke people.
Me too.
Just broke people. Hello, lovely ladies. I'm right outside of Ovme. It is a gorgeous med spa here in the Charlotte area. They also have other locations in Texas and also Atlanta. So I'm about to head inside. I'm a little late for my appointment, so hopefully they take me. Let's go inside. Smells so divine. You have no idea. It smells so good in here, and I need this fragrance for my house. Behind me is a live moss wall. It's so beautiful, and they have their products displayed here on the wall. Okay, so there's a bump that popped up on right underneath my eye, and it appears that it's just not going away. Thank you so much. And they just brought me a sparkling rosé. And then just my overall skin texture, okay, I want to work on, because I'm 42 years old now, and I don't want, like, I want to try to keep things smooth, yeah, and tight, you know. And I mean, I've been using anti-aging products since I was like 25.
No, that's amazing. It's good to start early.
That's what I was told. Yeah. So I was like, okay, it was like 2005-ish, and I just started using like the Olay Regenerist.
Gotcha.
That was a brand that I really used a lot in my mid-20s,
okay,
mid to late 20s. So yeah, I just think overall skin texture, and I don't know if you can do anything about this.
We can take a look under the light and see if it's Amelia or what we think it is, for sure.
Yeah.
If it's Amelia, we'll use like a little tiny lancet, open it up and push it out.
Okay.
Sometimes the dirt and stuff gets stuck underneath the skin.
Oh my God.
Now, have you ever had a HYDRAFACIal before?
I wouldn't say, I don't know if it was HYDRAFACIal. I had some facials in New York City, gotcha, at Guerlain Spa.
Gotcha.
At the Waldorf,
gotcha,
Astoria. And I don't think it was a HYDRAFACIal.
Okay. So this one's going to have a rough tip, and I'll be switching them out because there's different sizes. The rough tip's going to exfoliate the top layer of dead skin.
Okay.
It's going to have a vacuum suction, so it's going to pull all your dirt and congestion out of your pores.
Congestion. My face is congested.
And then we're going to put all the good stuff back in. Your antioxidants, peptides, hyaluronic acid. We're going to give you that pretty glow.
Ooh, yes.
You have beautiful skin.
Thank you.
Can't believe you're 40. You said 41?
42. Just
42.
turned 42, May 28th.
Well, happy late birthday.
Thank you so much. And I should have come here for my birthday.
That's right.
And done a little something. The music is nice. So now that fragrance, when you walk in, it just hits you. It's so...
Ovme fragrance.
I need that. I'm going to walk away with some of that. You're selling it, yes?
We have some candles, yep, that have that scent.
I have to have it. It smells so... It's like ocean, but not fake and overpowering.
Yep. It's one of my favorites.
I have to have some of that.
I've been here since we opened, and it never gets old.
Hi, Mom. It just feels really cooling and relaxing. Get all the impurities out of my skin.
I love to cleanse twice. The first one kind of gets that top layer off. The second one kind of gets a little bit deeper.
Now you're being really gentle. Is this how I should be touching my face?
Yes, you don't want to be too rough on the face. Can cause aging stuff.
I'm so rough with my face.
Are you?
Yes, I'm like
Definitely want to be gentle.
One thing you learn from spas is how to touch your face and some important products to use. And I think investing in treatments, especially beauty treatments, is so important.
Definitely. It's kind of like working out and eating right. You want to have the good stuff at home, good ingredients.
Right. I'm really enjoying this.
So the first step we're doing is going to have a little bit rougher tip, but we're kind of just spreading the serums around. This is going to be the exfoliation part, kind of getting that dead skin off.
Feels fine.
Yeah, nothing too bad.
Yeah, I don't feel anything rough.
Just enough to kind of exfoliate, but not too aggressive.
You see the celebrities, their skin is just glowing. And you're just like, what is that? What do I need to start doing?
HYDRAFACIal is probably one of the #1 facials out there, I will say that. There used to be a different version called microdermabrasion, and it was very similar. You had the rough kind of tip to it in the section, but you didn't have the serums. And they tried to grow with that, with the serums, because it gives you more of a glide compared to like that raw feel to it.
Yeah. I remember I bought a microdermabrasion kit from like a QVC or something.
Yeah.
I think Susan Lucci was like peddling it. So I ordered that. I was like, I have to have that. The little brush that goes around and around. So I've been taking care of my skin, I think, pretty well since my mid-20s. Thank you. But I did have bad acne. I think it was stress related because it's just gone now, never to be seen again.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I hope I look like you when I'm 42, because you're killing it.
You're so sweet. Thank you. I love compliments, darling.
I legit thought you were like 26, 27.
Wow.
Not even lying.
It's all about how you feel.
Exactly. This is that mild chemical peel, loosening all the dirt up, but this is that tingle I was telling you about.
What do you think about Biore strips? Like, are those good, bad?
I'm not a huge fan. It actually strips out the oil, the good oils that you need. Sometimes they're a little too harsh. Just be super careful with some stuff like that. It's better to have like a manual exfoliant with salicylic and glycolic to kind of loosen it up, and then small little beads to kind of pull it out. My personal favorite is Skin Medica's. They have an Aha Baha cleanser, and it's got the tiny beads where it's not too aggressive, and then it's got your salicylic and glycolic in there to kind of loosen it all up and pull it out.
Awesome.
So sensitive skin can use that one, which is nice.
I think with the Biore strips, they really, and this sounds gross, but one of the huge selling points is when you pull the strip off and you see the
blackheads come out.
and it's like all stuck like stalagmite, and it's like satisfying.
Yeah.
There's people that enjoy watching pimple popping. The Biore strips are good for that.
This is not the fun part of facials, that's for sure. And yours is a little bit more stubborn. Try my finger one more time.
The thing is, if you leave that, it could get bigger and bigger, right?
It could. There we go. Not as bad. Almost there, girlfriend. We got a little out, but he's still there, and I don't want to bother him too much.
Oh my goodness.
So next time we'll try again for sure. Yeah, we got a little bit out in the corner there.
Thank
You got a
you.
stubborn one.
Thank you so much. Because I know it doesn't belong there, and you know.
And it's just where sometimes your products doesn't come all the way off.
Right.
And so then it starts to build and build, and then your skin grows on top of it.
I have been using some eye creams.
It could be from that, not getting it all the way off, stuff like that.
And makeup too, right?
Yes, definitely makeup.
Oh, what's this now?
This is hyaluronic acid. This is actually Revision's hydrating serum, and a lot of people use this during like the regimen at home, but I love to make it a mask. It helps plump up the skin and give you hydration underneath.
Now, should I be using tools like this and I'm like brushing things on? Because we just dig into the bottle and spread it on our faces.
This is just because it feels good.
Okay.
This is like a little mask.
But digging into the bottle with your bare hands is fine?
If it's yours, that should be fine. But if if you're sharing it with somebody else, of course you want to not contaminate it. I would use like a little stick to kind of pull it out if it's in a jar. But if it's like a squeeze bottle, you should be totally fine to go on your hands.
This does feel nice.
I love using the little brush. It just makes it feel nice.
It's like a concealer brush.
Right, literally.
Do you do hair removal here too?
We do laser hair removal. It's completely painless, which is nice because the older machines were not as fun.
Yeah, and they weren't very friendly to darker skin
Right.
tones. I always remember hearing stories about, melanated women that go and they're like scarred or it's burning because...
Or hypopigmentation.
Yeah, but those days are kind of over.
Right. So the newer machines, it may take longer since we have to turn the energy down a little bit more due to the skin type being a little bit darker. But it's definitely, we can do skin type 4s, 5s. Just me. I always say minimum 6 sessions and then go from there. But minimum's for sure 6.
Now, how do we know what my skin type is?
So skin type is, there's a actual scale online that you can look at, and you'd be a skin type 5.
We all love to get some sun in the summer
Yes.
months. I love it. I welcome it. But I am cautious about the sun damage.
Yes.
So,
Wear that sunscreen. And the biggest thing in sunscreen is to have zinc in it, which is a blocker from the sun. It'll be your very first active ingredient.
awesome.
And a lot of them don't have that, so just check your sunscreen, ladies.
Zinc, and make sure it's zinc.
Yeah.
I feel more glowy already.
I know, look at you. So right now we're going to let this kind of soak in for a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I'm going to turn some lights out, let you relax.
Oh, that sounds great.
Like I said, that million may be a little red, and we're going to work on them again next time. I didn't want to do too much since it's close to that eye, but we did get the corner out of them, so we're getting there.
Awesome. Thank you so
You're
much,
welcome.
Kristen. While Kristen was working on that little bump in there, I would say the pain level was about a 4 or 5. You know, it was uncomfortable. But it's, I guess if you pop pimples, I don't pop pimples. I never did. I think that's why I don't have a lot of scarring and stuff on my face. I never popped pimples when I was younger. But when she was working on that, I guess the pain would be equivalent to you popping a pimple, I guess. Is it alcoholic?
Yes, it sure is. You can get it at Publix.
I feel it.
I feel it. Yes.
I feel it.
Look how glowy you
I
look.
feel like
who is this?
beautiful.
How clean, and then all that glow.